So this is a Bailey Pageant Series 7 champagne. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. You've got the hitch, jockey wheel and handbrake. This is all stuff we'll go through in person here on site. Front locker, you've got your gas valve on top of the bottle with the gas pipe work going up to the regulator. It's a reverse thread fitting that goes into the gas bottle itself, and on top of the bottle you've got the gas valve for opening and closing the valve on the bottle itself. Come around the far side of the van, you've got your wind down leg. As you can see, I've just put it down slightly so you can see where it is. You'd wind that down with the hand winder for the van itself, or electric winder if you have one. Wheel nuts should torque to 120 Newton meters before travelling each time. They will be checked before you leave here with the caravan today. At the back of on the side of the van, you've got your grey waste water pipe, so the fresh water goes in just here, and then you've got your grey waste water that comes out to the right hand side of them. Water pump connection, very simply pushes into the side of the van, as you can see here, and that locks in place with the cap just here. The filter end drops down into the aqua roll for the van itself. The cover that you see here is for the Truma heating vent. That would normally live on here, but at the moment I've got it connected on gas, so everything's operating the way it should do. So that, like I said, is the gas flue cover itself. You then got your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then in the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you simply release by pulling the handle up and pulling the cassette towards you. You've got the neck here, where you tip the waste away through, and the grey cap here is the measure for the fluids itself. On the back of the toilet cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it allows the waste to come out of the cassette without spitting and splattering it back at you. On the back of the van on either side, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan while the caravan is on site. Come down this side, you've got your battery locker. There's a 110 amp leisure battery in there. Very simple to undo the locker and the door will drop down. Then below that you've got a 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning if you wish to. You've got your 2 fridge vents on the side of the van. So the fridge vents here are to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit, and on this end here you've got a gas flue for the fridge system itself. We go inside the van now. The first thing we're going to do is just come to the control panel on the left hand side as you walk in the door. You've got your master power here, so you'd need to turn that on and off. To get power coming into the van, and you turn it off if you didn't want any power coming in. You've got your internal lights, awning light and water pump run. To fill the water system on board the caravan, the first thing you need to do is open all the taps up on the sinks, etc., on the hot side of the water heating. As you can see at the moment, I've already got the water system full. But you're going to open all the taps up, as I said, on the hot side before you start trying to fill the water system. So that includes the shower and the sink in the bathroom. Underneath the seat, as you walk in the door, you'll actually see a yellow drain down valve. It's a little bit hard to get to, but just down on the floor down here, hopefully you can see that yellow valve just there. That is the drain down valve, as I said. So to fill the water system, you'd make sure that valve is parallel with the floor. If that valve was pointing upright towards the bottom of the seat, it would actually mean any water you try putting into the caravan would drain straight back out the bottom of the van. So to fill it, make sure the valve is parallel with the floor. Once that's parallel with the floor and the water, and you've got the drain down valve, once you've got the water connected on the outside, you can then come over to the water pump control just here, turn on the water pump, and you'll notice when I turn on the tap, the green light comes on. Now that green light is indicating to me that we've got water going through the system and the pump is doing what it should be doing. So once the water system's full, as it is now, you'll shut each tap off, and then you can start thinking about warming the water system. So when you first turn on the water pump and it starts bleeding the water through the system, it's actually going to spit and splatter a little bit. That is just because of the fact it's got air in the system. A bit like when the water's been off at home, for instance. Next up, we're going to go to the controls for the hot water system. So to warm the water up on electric, you turn the switch on here, which as you can see is turned on at the moment. Turn it off, just flick it to the top, as you can see. To warm the water on gas, very simple to do. You've got this control here with off, just up the side here, and you've got a gas symbol down the side. You'd flick the valve round to the gas symbol, And when the green light appears, it has ignited on gas. If a red light appears in there, it means it has failed to ignite on gas, and it could mean you just need to get the air out of the system on the gas system where it's been turned off. So you'd essentially just go to the hob and ignite the hob to get it to bleed properly, ignite the hob so the gas comes through, and the hob is the last point on the gas system. So at that point, in theory, you should have gas through to everywhere else in the van. Once it is ignited on gas, you can control the temperature of the gas heater or gas water heater on the dial on the front here. Between 30 and 70 degrees is the options you've got there. Now, if you were to shower on board the van, I would advise you use the gas as a boost, and the reason for that is the water won't actually work quick enough on the electric, so you turn on the gas to use the gas as the boost for the water system. So I was just talking to you about the hob. That's the next thing we're going to come to. I'm just going to show you the hob's igniting as it should. There we go. That's everything that ignited on gas, as in the hob. We'll go to the grill next, which again, I'll just demonstrate it's all working. Then you've got your grill at the bottom, oven at the bottom, and as you can see again, everything is igniting as it should. We're going to go to the heating system next. Now, to ignite the heating system on gas, you've got this dial just here. You'll spin the dial around between 10 and 9. Hold down the gas valve, and in that window just down there, don't sure if you're going to be able to see it or not, there it is, you'll be able to see the pilot light ignite. Once it has ignited on gas, you'll slowly release the gas valve on top, then control the temperature of the heater on gas on the dial on top. And to turn the gas supply off, you go back to the 0, and that will isolate the gas supply. Now, if you wanted to warm the caravan on electric, I do apologise, it's a little bit noisy in here at the moment. They're washing the van on the outside as we speak. We'll come over to the controls on the far side of the van, where you've got the water heater, where you've got the room heater electric power switch, and below that you've got the dial down here to select the amount of power coming into the caravan. Now, depending on what caravan site you're on, you'll either have 500, 1000 or 2000 watts of power available. So if you're on a site, for instance, where you've got 500 watts of power available, you'll select the 500 here. If you've got 1000, you'll select the 1000 or the 2000 at the top. And once you've got it turned on, you can control the temperature of the heater on the dial, as you can see here, between 1 and 9, the 9 being the highest temperature setting and 1 being the lowest. Turn the electric heater off, turn it back round to the off position in the centre. When you are using the heating system on board the caravan, you've actually got the option to use blown air heating here as well. So what you can do is you can select continuous blown air on the left hand side here. The dot in the centre will allow the heat to come out the front of the heater, and the A on the right hand side is automatic blown air, whereas this is continuous blown air. So the automatic blown air essentially cuts out with the thermostat on the caravan, then comes back on if it is needed. You can control the fan speed for the caravan on this dial on top. The fridge, again, very simple to use. You've got 240 mains power, which we're on at the moment. You've got your off position at the top here. You've got 12 volt battery from the vehicle you are towing with, so when you connect it to your car, you can use the fridge as a cool box and get the beers and wine nice and cold when you arrive on site. So once you connect it to the car, you come inside the van, select the 12 volts, and that will, like I said, will allow you to use the fridge as a cool box. If you want to use the fridge on gas, you'd spin the dial to the bottom, press in the temperature control for the gas and electric, and hit the igniter on the right hand side. Once it's ignited on gas, the red line that you see in the window just here will actually come round towards the black line, and once it's on the black line or past the black line, then the fridge has completely ignited on gas. does take a few attempts to get it to ignite normally. There we go, the line is now moving around very slowly. So now it is near the black line, it is actually now ignited. You'd hold in the gas valve for another 5 to 10 seconds once it has ignited, just to allow the thermocouple to warm up. And once it has warmed up, you can slowly release the temperature valve, then control the temperature of the fridge on the dial just here. One of the last things we're going to go through on this van is the electric toilet flush. So in the bathroom, you've got the blue button on top of the toilet, and you've got your grey waste handle below. You'd open this valve up, flap up, to allow the toilet waste to go into the cassette underneath the van. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Pageant champagne, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.